I'm going to be honest here. I'm a video gamer, and I've played a lot of games. So, I traded a friend for a Super Nintendo. I traded him stuff for a Super Nintendo system, working and everything. And so I decided I'll go to the game store and I'll see what Super Nintendo games they have. And you know what I found? Found out one of the big problems with retro gaming is still true now. Games are so heavily jacked up. And if you want to know what I mean, so there were these two game stores next to each other, okay? I walk into one of them, and one of them's charging $40 for Super Mario World. And so I walk into the next store, they're selling Super Mario World for $33, and they've got like 5 or 6 copies of that game. I mean, Jesus Christ. That game is as common as dirt, and they're charging that game. They're charging a lot of money for that game. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. They're charging for that game $30, $40, and they got like a lot of copies of this game. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like if GameStop started charging $40, $30 for all those copies of COD 4 and Halo 3 they have lying around still sitting there, that have been sitting there who knows how long. It's like if GameStop started doing that, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, actually, I know why. It's because they're retro games and because it's got a Nintendo logo on it. And you know what's wrong with that? The fact is, those games shouldn't be so expensive, but it's pretty much limiting older video games to cartridges. And here's the thing. Nintendo only wants you to play games through cartridges, or they're also overpriced virtual console emulations that aren't very good either. So, that's the thing with it. These games cost a ridiculous amount. And then it gets worse when you get into some of the more in-demand games. Now, some of them are actually in demand, but then you've got games which have about 1 million listings on eBay for them, if you know what I mean. And you've got these games, and you got people charging a shitload of money for them. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, man. It really is. I drink some Mountain Dew. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to overpay for some old Super Nintendo game. I mean, I go to buy Star Fox and it's $20. And they don't even have like some of the more wanted Super Nintendo games like Shadowrun or the Square Enix games. But still, I'm just trying to buy a Super Nintendo game, okay? And I just want to play this. And I don't want to pay a ridiculous amount because somebody wanted to charge a ridiculous amount. 2, because some Nintendo fan or retro gamer would pay a ridiculous amount for it. But here's the thing. Not everybody wants to do that. And the third reason why this keeps happening is because I know there are people who want to keep enforcing the status quo. They're like, oh, this Super Mario World game is rare. Yeah, and I went into a thrift store once, and I found a copy of that game for like nothing, like $2 or $3. This was a long time ago. But if I can find it at a thrift store, it's not that rare, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. And that's the thing, people like all these game stores, all these retro gamers, they're overcharging for everything, and it's pretty ridiculous. And honestly, this is why retro gaming is a stupid hobby too, because you overpay for something that's common as dirt. And you know what the worst part is? Many older games haven't aged that well, so you're paying a lot of money for a game that's just not fun to play anymore. And that's all that needs to be said. Retro gaming, pretty stupid if you ask me at this point. Maybe I'll try to get some more games for my Super Nintendo, but damn. Maybe it'll sadly go where my Sega Saturn is, which is in the closet, if I can't get any games for a reasonable price for it. And that's all that needs to be said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.